They say you never forget your first dance. But mine wasn't in a ballroom. It wasn't in heels or under fairy lights. It was in our small living room, barefoot on worn-out tiles, with music coming from an old radio. That was the first time my father twirled me. I was 5. He wore his usual flannel shirt, smelled like engine oil and peppermint. And when I stood on his shoes, holding on to his thumbs, he looked down and said, This is how you lead with love. I didn't understand it then, but now I do. Growing up, my father was never loud. He wasn't the man who took center stage at parties. But he showed up for every recital, every heartbreak, every late-night cry when the world felt too big. When Mom passed away, we were shattered. But he kept our world together, piece by piece, like gluing together a broken vase with invisible strength. He taught me to drive. He waited up after dates. He was quiet, but constant. When I got accepted to college across the country, I expected a lecture. Instead, he hugged me and whispered, Go make me proud. But don't forget to dance. I didn't. Years passed. I moved, worked, stumbled, grew. We called, visited, laughed, but less frequently. Life got busy, and I thought I had time. So much time. But time, I learned, has no loyalty. The call came on a rainy Tuesday. Your father collapsed. You should come now. I remember the numbness, the flight, the hospital smell. The sight of him still, too still, hooked to machines that hummed louder than my thoughts. They said he could hear me, so I sat by his side and told him stories about the world, about my messes, about memories I thought he'd forgotten. I held his hand. It was cold but familiar, still strong. Then one evening the nurse asked if there was anything he loved. Music, maybe, and it hit me. The song, our song. So I played it. Slowly I stood, placed one hand on his chest, and gently, tearfully, I swayed just like we used to. No shoes, no crowd. Just a daughter dancing for her father one last time, and in that moment I imagined him getting up, twirling me, laughing like before, telling me again how to lead with love. That was our last dance. He passed away the next morning. The funeral was quiet, just the way he would have liked. I gave a speech, but I left out the dance. That moment was just for us. Months later, I returned to that old house. The radio still worked. I turned it on, and guess what played? Yes, that song. I smiled through tears. I danced again, not in mourning, but in gratitude. Because not everyone gets to love someone so deeply that even in death, their rhythm still lives in your heartbeat. Now pause. Soft instrumental swells. This story isn't just about grief. It's about legacy. My father didn't leave me wealth or fame. He left me values. Taught me to listen more than I speak, to show up even when it's hard, to keep dancing, especially when life hurts. Now I teach my daughter the same. Sometimes we dance in our living room. She stands on my feet just like I did. And when she asks why we dance like this, I tell her, because this is how you lead with love. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone you love. Leave a comment about someone who taught you how to lead with love. And remember, the last dance never really ends. It just becomes part of the music in your soul.